Hello, welcome to the Mark Janard Show, the cybersecurity show. So, the Russian state TV has been hacked as a result of Ukrainians' Independence Day, and I'm gonna break the story in this video. So, August 2025, right? Independence Day hack. Basically, Ukraine and all that. It refers to a series of major cyber attacks that coincided with Independence Day celebrations in both India and Pakistan, as well as high-profile incident, involving Russian television broadcasts on Ukraine's Independence Day. So these incidents featured coordinated hacktivist campaigns targeting governmental, financial, and media infrastructures to disrupt, deface, and leak sensitive information. Please take a moment to hit the subscribe button and the like button. Please take a moment to hit the subscribe button and the like button. Now, a wave of cyber attacks initiated by various hacktivist groups targeted over 100 websites with claims of attacks on more than 1,000 sites during the period around Independence Day. Attack tactics included distributed denial of service, which is DDoS assaults, website defacement, unauthorized access, and live broadcasting of sensitive and propagandist material. Now, in India and Pakistan, hacktivist groups such as Team Insane Pakistan, Team Azrael, Silent Cyber Force, Moroccan Soldiers, and others focused on Indian government portals, news channels, defense units, educational, travel and entertainment websites. So sensitive credentials and illicit access methods were also leaked for further exploitation. Retaliatory operations, and there was fighting, right? In response, pro-Indian and pro-Israel hacktivists announced the Payback 2024 campaign, targeting digital assets in Bangladesh, Pakistan, Indonesia, Malaysia, Morocco, and Palestine. Now, in regards to Russia, there was media manipulation, right? The Belarusian cyber partitions, an ally of Ukraine's IT army, hacked a Russian TV provider to broadcast battlefield footage and expose wartime losses, fuel crisis, and water shortages in occupied territories to tens of thousands of Russian viewers during Ukraine's Independence Day. Now, again, one of the things that they did was the DDoS attacks, flooding websites with traffic to render services unavailable, particularly targeting government and financial sectors. There was defacements, replacing website content with propaganda, hate messages, or hacktivist group signatures. The most common, was, education and small business websites. Now, there were credential leaks and panel takeovers, so publishing login details for web portals, email servers, and attempting deeper, breaches, though existing vulnerabilities, right? The Russian TV hack involved replacing regular programming with hours of real world footage and anti-war messages, dramatically amplifying the psychological and propaganda impact. Now, as a result, when the impact and the significance of it was a disrupted, celebrations, right? The attacks timed the national holidays, aiming to embarrass governments and maximize disruption during moments of high symbolic value. There was geopolitical messaging, so activities were driven by geopolitical, religious, or retaliatory motives, with groups claiming symbolic victories and attempting to amplify propaganda across borders. Security firms have warned such hacktivist collaborations, often leveraging state sponsorship and open source attack tools, are becoming more sophisticated and could pose increasing risks in future conflicts. Now, basically the notable teams, the groups, was Team Insane Pakistan and Team Azrael, which is pro-Pakistan and pro-Palestine, factions orchestrating large-scale attacks and data leaks. We have the Silent Cyber Force, Moroccan Soldiers, Moroccan Black Cyber Army, which defaced Indian websites and disseminated hate propaganda. We have the Belarusian Cyber Partitions, which is pro-Ukrainian hacktivists and infiltrated Russian TV to expose the realities of war on Independence Day. There was anonymous Israelite army of Ukraine, which was, basically launched retaliatory campaigns targeting digital infrastructure in adversarial states. Now, immediately after the August 2025 Independence Day hack, organizations and governments executed several urgent mitigation steps to contain the breach, block further attacks, and prevent reoccurrence. Right? There was rapid containment and isolation, so they disconnected the compromised systems. So IT teams promptly isolated infected systems from both the internet and internal networks, especially legacy platforms, and exposed services such as the SharePoint, servers. There was network blocking, so firewalls, web application firewalls, and DNS sinkholes were updated in real time to block malicious IP, addresses, domains, and threat signatures identified in the attack. There was credential, key, and service management, so there was immediate credential resets. So organizations reset passwords for administrative, service or user accounts suspected of compromise, prioritizing critical assets and privileged accounts. There was cryptographic key rotation, so ASP.NET machine keys and other authentication keys were rotated to invalidate any stolen credentials, followed by forced restarts of web and application servers to flush out attacker persistence mechanisms. There was a restarting of services, so key web services like ISS or IIS were restarted to ensure malicious modules and web shell artifacts were fully unloaded, with manual review of configuration files to delete persistent malware. There was threat intelligence and forensic actions as well, like malicious artifact removal. Teams conducted sweeps to identify and manually remove web shells, backdoors, unauthorized scheduled tasks, and rogue IIS modules from impacted servers. There is a forensic investigation, so emergency investigation efforts were coordinated to basically assess the scope of compromise, trace lateral movement, and audit unauthorized changes and created accounts. There was urgent patching, critical security patches, particularly for known exploited vulnerabilities in the products that the government was using, the foreign governments that were hacked by the hacktivist groups. There's ongoing monitoring now. Those organizations increase monitoring, conducting comprehensive logging and anomaly detection across endpoints and networks to identify residual or follow on exploitation. So that is what I have for you today. Please take a moment right now to hit that subscribe button and the like button. If you want more videos like this, please let me know that by hitting that subscribe button and the like button. I appreciate your viewership. Stay safe and see you on the next video.